Hi everyone, and welcome to Paper Pumpkin Week here on Creative Chelsea. Today I'm sharing with you my 10th alternative card idea using the April 2026 Paper Pumpkin kit called Lakeside Retreat. This kit creates these beautiful cards. In the kit you get enough supplies to make 3 of each, so that's a total of 9 cards, and it includes coordinating envelopes. If you're interested in watching me unbox the kit to see what's inside or see any of my past alternatives, you can click on the playlist link up here in the top right corner. Today I'm sharing with you this fun card. It uses up some of the scraps that I have left over after making some of my previous alternatives. So let's get started. We're going to begin by talking about what from the kit you are going to need. So I've got a piece of the envelope. This piece is 3 inches by 5 inches. It does have the score line here, but don't worry about that. We can cover that up with some of the other elements. You also need a piece of the blue and white stripes. This is 1 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And then I have a piece of the white wood grain card base. It is 1 1/4 inches by 3 inches. Okay, you can find all the measurements for my cards on my blog. And so you can jump over to it. It is creativechelsea.com, or you can click on the link down in the description below. From my own stash, I am using a thick basic white cardstock. It's 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I have a strip of Misty Moonlight cardstock. It's a 1/2 inch by, my guess is about 4 inches, and then we're going to cut off some on the ends, so it'll be a little bit shorter. I have a about 1 inch circle. I cut this using the Stylish Shapes dies, and it's just in basic white cardstock. And then from the Waterside Retreat Designer Series paper pack, which is a pack of pattern paper that coordinates beautifully with the Paper Pumpkin kit this past month, I have this really beautiful lakeside scene. We're going to cut it down and use it here as kind of a background to our focal point. And then I have some twine. This is the white and gold twine. It is retired now, but I ran out of my very vanilla and thought that this would be a good substitute. It's got a little bit of that gold thread in it, which makes it really beautiful. So let's begin with our envelope piece. I wanted it to be a little darker to give a little more contrast to the card base as well as some of the other elements on my card. So I'm pulling in some Misty Moonlight ink with my blending brush. I like to start off on my glass mat, and then I'm just going to kind of pop on some color along the edge. Because this color matches so perfectly, you can even go in a little bit and kind of make a darker cloud as well in some areas. You don't need to fill up the whole paper though, just mainly focus along the edge just to make the whole thing just feel a little darker. Okay, so something like that. If you do put the ink on your glass mat, please wipe it up so that you don't transfer any of that ink to the rest of your card. So while that's drying, I am going to splatter with some pecan pie ink in the sky. And then I'm also going to stamp some birds up in the corners. So same Misty Moonlight, and we've got that bird image from the kit. I'm going to put one really high up in the top right corner, and then I'm going to go a little lower, about halfway on the left side, just to give it a little bit of interest. You can still see that score line. I'm not really concerned about it. Let's see if we can kind of flatten it out a little bit by rubbing our bone folder on the back. Just a little bit. Let's do some on the front. Oh, it kind of is changing the color just a little bit of the paper. That's okay. Okay. All right, so we're kind of starting to see that disappear now. Again, I'm not concerned about it. There's so many details on the card that it really won't get noticed. And if it does, it's not a big deal. Okay, let's wait to put this on. I like to kind of put on all the other elements first so that we can get things lined up. For this scenery piece, we are going to cut it down to 3 inches and then rotate to 3.5 inches and just cut that off from the bottom. We are going to add our wood grain piece to the bottom here. I like that little knot and want to make sure we see it. So I'm going to put it in the bottom left corner. And then we're going to take our Misty Moonlight piece. If you want, you could do some stamping on this. That actually might be pretty cute. I didn't do it on the original, but it might be fun to do that little rope detail and maybe just kind of with that Misty Moonlight ink, just kind of stamp it across. Just to give it another little detail. If you don't love it, you don't have to do it. Okay, so that's been done, and that's just optional. And then I'm going to pop this in and cut a banner on each side. You could also just use your paper snips. This is a retired punch that I just love using. It makes it so easy. I'm going to add this with just some liquid glue to the center, and I want to make sure that it is centered here on my piece. And I'm just going to go right up to the top of the white wood grain. I don't want to go over too much of the grass. Okay. That's kind of a fun little detail there. Now I'm going to add the blue stripes behind. Here, let's use the grid paper to make sure it gets evenly added. So it's about a 1/2 inch is what I'm going to do. 1/2 inch from the bottom, 1/2 inch on each side. So 1/2 inch from this edge to the edge of the blue stripes, and then from down. And then everything's just going to get smoothed out and popped up to go on our sky piece. So add dimensionals over the whole thing. Okay, using your grid paper again, we are going to place this. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. So we've got about 1/4 inch on top and bottom overhang, and then 1 inch on each side. Okay, so 1 inch from here, and then 1/4 inch vertically. So 1 inch horizontal, 1/4 inch vertical. And then we're going to add this to our card. And putting it all together off our card base makes it really easy to get all of the measurements exactly how we want them. And then you can just smush it on with some adhesive to your card base, just like that. Really cute. And adding that little detail is really fun. Okay, we still have this little piece here. I don't use it on any projects, so you can make a cute tag out of that or something. That would be fun. Let's stamp our greeting. I'm going to use Peaceful Pine with the Happy Birthday. And stamp that in the center. It's very tight. It's going to fit, but it is tight, so you're not going to have a ton of space. And then we're going to add our twine So right where we want our twine, I'm just going to place some adhesive. Find the center. This twine is thicker than our Baker's Twine Essential pack, and so it holds its shape really nice. So I've never had to really manipulate it too much to get the shape that I want, except for right now, because I want that to go under. There we go. There we go. That one looks a little big. Okay. And then you'll add your greeting. You can put it at an angle if you want. This feels too up and down. I'm just going to lift it and twist it. Going to bring the pieces back together. Okay, I think that looks better. And then pop that on with some dimensionals. You can add the dimensionals around your twine if you want. You can put one over the twine. I think we'll be okay though. And then put your happy birthday greeting at a slight angle. And your card is all done. Again, if you want to add a couple other embellishments, you are welcome to do that. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun card today. If you're interested in getting your own Paper Pumpkin subscription, please subscribe using the link in the description below. If you'd like to see written instructions or close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsea.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.